It's the Takeover. It's the Takeover right here on the award-winning CBJ Radio. We're always bringing the coolest artists on Wednesday nights, and tonight's no different. Progressive metal band Black Note Graffiti. They started back in 2015. They produced several albums, EPs. Their latest, Volume 3, came out in 2020. They've been writing new material for over a year, and they just dropped their brand new single, Place You Lie, along with an awesome music video. We're stoked to have vocalist Gabby on the show with us first. Gabby, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me on.
Well, man, congratulations. You just got married.
Yep, we just got married last month. Married life is great. Awesome. Because everyone asks me, like, what's it like being married? Well, what's the difference? I mean, you know what? The main difference is when you fight and argue, you have to solve it. You can't run, you can't hide, you got to get through your stuff. So if you're not ready to solve your arguments, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you're screwed.
But it's great. David's awesome.
I can tell you. Well, congratulations. Well, the band started in 2015. When did you come in the mix?
I came in the mix late 2017, I think.
Okay.
It was right when I started college at Eastern. And it was my second band, Black Note, that I've ever been in. It was my first one. It was kind of a flop. We were just high schoolers doing whatever. This is my first, I guess, serious band. And it kind of took off from there. It's a funny story because I made a band mix account. I don't know if people know what band mix is. But basically, you make an account saying, hey, I'm a vocalist from this area, and I want to join this type of music with this type of band, and here's some videos and stuff of me. So Chris reached out to a guitar player, one of the guitar players of the band. He was like, hey, I got this band. We're doing a photo shoot tomorrow. Do you want to join? And I was like, this sounds like a scam, but yes. And so I was still living at home at the time because I just graduated high school, and I was like, hey, Mom, Dad, there's this band that's from Ann Arbor, and they said they're doing a photo shoot in Ohio. You're cool with that? And they're like, my mom was like, oh, hell no, that sounds ridiculous. My dad was like, wait, what kind of music is it? And he looked them up, started playing Black Note. He's like, oh, this sounds great. Sure, go ahead. So I'm assuming
weren't they like a blues band though before you?
Yeah. The genre is a little different than how we are now. And yeah, I'm assuming, I guess if my dad didn't like Black Note, the music, then I guess I couldn't go. But because he liked the music, he was like, sure. My mom was totally sus. I had to give her Chris's phone number, and I think they had a phone call too or something. But it was like when you ask, like, can I stay the night at so-and-so's house? What's their parent?
Yeah.
Basically, kind of like that. Then we went to Canada a week later. So
Guess it was all right. Wow. Well, in Volume 3, Rise and Fall, you released it in 2020, the worst time possible to release music. I mean, how did it go?
It was funny because like we had already been set to record, and then with COVID happening, I believe we were like just on the cusp of like COVID just becoming like a household name, and that's when we were in the studio. So it was kind of fitting for what had happened to the world. So yeah, that was an event. Everyone's talking about, oh, I'm getting these shots, and I'm getting my vitamin shots, I'm getting my vaccine shots, I'm getting my this, I'm getting my that, and we're all just trying to record an album. So it was stressful, but it was cool though because we released it, and everybody was locked down by that time, so no one had anything else better to do but listen to our music. So we were like, cool, this is fitting for us.
Yeah, that worked. True. I listened to an interview with you, and you said, I think they asked you what song to listen to learn about Black Note Graffiti, and you said Nights, which Nights is like the first track off, I think it's Rise or Fall, one of the two, but that it's a killer song. I like your spin on how because it's Nights with a K. Who wrote the song? Did you write the lyrics?
No, Ricardo wrote that song, and there was a lot of, I think, injustices going on in the world, and maybe that's what inspired him, and also throughout history and stuff. So he wrote the song. I wrote, I believe, the chorus, like the lyrics of the chorus, but other than that, that's Ricardo's, all his doing. He's an amazing lyricist. I think he went to school as an English major, so that's why he's just so good with words.
Okay. Well, yeah, it works. So. Yeah, and on Place to Lie, the brand new single, it's kind of a newer sound or a little bit fresher sound. I saw you guys posted over a year of writing.
Hmm.
I mean, this thing has been, how's it gone?
It's I mean, since the release, like it's been received really well. The sound has definitely gone into a different direction. Probably like you said, probably a more modern, fresher direction, which is good because it's the times and stuff. But yeah, it's such a cool song. It's definitely a peak of like kind of what's to come for our sound for this record that we have coming out this year.
Yeah, and Place to Lie, you wrote this thing in the studio, which you guys haven't done before.
Yeah, and the only well, this song was well, uh I would say this song, Ricardo wrote like the meat of the song, like the sections, the riffs, the guitar parts mostly, um, out of the studio. Then when we came to the studio, we actually kind of, because the song used to be like probably like twice as long as it is now. And we kind of like chopped it up, moved some stuff around to make it flow a little bit more like smoothly. And then I wrote all the lyrics in the studio. Some of that stuff was just like kind of just, hey, get up to the mic and sing something. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah.
Well, it works. I mean, you guys have worked with some big time producers. What's with this Josh Schroeder? How's he been able to bring it out of you?
Oh man, Josh is great. He's such the perfect balance of a producer. He's not super hands-on and he's also not super hands-off. Like if you ask him his honest opinion, he'll give you his honest opinion. And just the process of working with him was just it was literally a breeze. I liked recording in his recording booth. It's cool because like it's not like I'm standing right in front of him recording. It's in a whole another room and there's a window, but I can't see him through the window. So you do have that privacy when you're recording to kind of just be how you are. And it's a whole room. So there was a lot of takes where I was like singing up close and then walking away from the mic for like some of the more distance parts. And he's just such a great guy to work with.
Well, and that's nice because yeah, then you don't feel like everyone's staring at you or see people
Exactly.
watching you.
Exactly. It's awkward.
Yeah, I was a huge. I mean, I love Sponge. I saw you guys worked with Vinny Dombrowski from Sponge. How was that?
That was, I feel like that was before me.
Oh,
I
okay.
never met Vinny in person. I'm friends with his son, Steve. He's cool. We played a few shows with his band, Visitor, and he's just a great guy. He's super cool to talk to. We talk from time to time on Instagram and stuff. But Vinny, that's probably more Chris and Kurt's experience. That was before me.
Yeah, because Chris and Kurt are they brothers?
Yep, they're brothers. And Adam, the bass player, he's basically their brother. They've been friends since like elementary school or whatnots, and then playing music together all their lives. So he's basically their brother too.
Yeah, because it's like those three guys and then Ricardo and you.
Yep, yep.
So yeah, it works though. In Ann Arbor, Michigan, is Josh in Detroit? Where was he at?
He's in Midland, so it was about like I can't remember about well, close to an hour, a little over an hour to get to his studio. So some days we would some of us would stay for like a few days and then come back to finish work and then go back again. We would swap out of a suite that Chris had gotten for us and just, hey, you're staying Tuesday through Thursday, I'm staying whatever through whatever. And we just go back and forth.
That's nice. And are you guys all from like the Ann Arbor area?
Yeah, Kurt and Chris, they're from Ann Arbor. Rick's from Ipsy. I can't remember where Adam's from. But I'm from Ferndale. Me and Adam have similar hikes to get to Ann Arbor, about close to like 50 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm more around Detroit.
Yeah, you're farther away. Go and check them out. Black Note Graffiti. They're at blacknotegraffiti.com. They're on Facebook, Instagram, X. Go to Spotify. The brand new single, Place to Lie, along with the video, is out now. Well, you and your hubby, David,
Yeah.
what are you in? This Annex world together?
Yeah. We're in this other band called Annex Void.
Annex Void. Okay.
We're progressive metal, heavier than Black Note. But yeah,
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
yeah, that's our thing. It's me, him, and three of our other really great friends. That band's a lot of fun.
Did you guys meet through music or how'd you meet?
Well, we actually met on Hinge. It's online dating
Oh,
app or
wow.
whatever. And he was like, I'm playing a gig at Cliff Bell because he's a jazz musician. And so he's like, I'm planning to get Cliff Bells. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of weird. I don't really want to meet you in public because this online dating thing is unsafe. And then he was like, oh, okay, I understand. Well, next month I'm playing in a Radiohead project. And I was like, oh, Radiohead, hold on. Okay, I will meet you this week, tomorrow. And so I went out to his gig and we met, and yeah, the rest was history. We just hit it off immediately. And I heard him play guitar before I even had actually met him. Because I walked in and he was on stage playing, and I was like, whoa, he's really good. Okay.
Wow. He's all over the place. He was playing jazz, Radiohead, his
Oh yeah.
Android. Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, we're big jazz heads over here and really big electronic music heads. I don't listen to much metal or rock. There's only a select like few bands I like, but we're super into jazz and electronic music.
Yeah, you guys are
Yeah.
with Pavement Entertainment now. So is now the time? Is this the time to take the next step? What are we thinking?
We are with Payment, and I know that we're also just signed with Global Robot Records. So yeah, we're just setting up the release for this album. And we have planned a really cool festival in August called Havoc Fest out in Jackson, Michigan. There's gonna be a ton of cool bands there. So we're playing Friday on the kickoff party, so that should be fun.
Yeah, Havoc Fest is August 23rd and 24th in
Hmm.
Jackson, Michigan. If you go check out blacknotegraffiti.com or any of their social media, you can find out more about that if you are in the area. Well, you're a social worker.
Yep.
Place You Lie. I mean, it's just about mental troubles, addiction, trauma, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, you said Rick wrote some of it and then you did the rest. Is this kind of about you? What? Or your work life? What?
Yeah, I mean, I'm currently in school to be a mental health counselor. So the topic of mental health is kind of always in my profession and in my schoolwork. It's a constant reoccurring thing that I learn about all the time. And Place You Lie is about people who struggle with like, addiction or even struggling with like depression or any type of you know mental illness, really. But when they go out into the world and they put on this mask of like, I'm okay, or I'm not doing that anymore, but then they go behind closed doors and they're totally different. So it's about not falling back to that place where you lie, where you don't show your true self, where you put on that mask, not going back to that, being who you really are and being open and honest with your friends and family about really what's going on with you.
Yeah. I mean, how has it been? I mean, you're going through school, but you're saying this. How bad did COVID screw everybody up?
I think it made everybody really angry and really not like being around each other. Because, I mean, you're locked down. You're in your own little bubble. Then all of a sudden you're told, hey, you can come out now. And so people start coming out now. And honestly, I feel like people drive a lot worse. I don't know if that's because I drive more, but people drive a lot worse and they're a lot more angry when they do it. Or you just look at someone and say, hey, or you smile or you have a little nod, and they're like, who are you? So I feel like before COVID, or maybe, I don't know, like people just seem more angry and not wanting to be social and just, you would think it would do the opposite because we were locked down. People want to be more open, but people seem more mean, but it's all good.
Yeah, I hear you that people are worse drivers. I don't know
Yeah,
what it's
it's
even
weird.
out here it seems that way. It's crazy,
Really
but
weird.
yeah. So how are you juggling everything? You got a couple of bands, you're going to school, you're working. How do you do it, Gabby?
Calendars.
A
Really?
planner.
Yeah, I'm a planner. I'm a checklister. I'm a let's do it. And when it's done, let's try to relax. I try to find time to take care of myself. It comes in waves though. Like I'll be through waves where, hey, let's go work out. Let's go do something self-care-y. But sometimes I fall off because I'm just so busy. But yeah, I lean on friends a lot and family to say, hey, you should take a break, or hey, let's go out somewhere.
Yeah.
So
So where are you at in Fernville?
Ferndale. It's
Ferndale?
a mile from Detroit, 8 miles, like literally like 30 seconds from my house
Oh
and nine.
wow. Okay.
So I'm right
There's a
between
lot
eight.
to do in Ferndale then.
Yep, there's everything to do around here. You're right next to Detroit. You're right next to Ferndale, and both those places got a lot going on. You can see a sports game, you can see a concert, probably any night of the week.
So who is your favorite Detroit artist?
Oh boy. I would say, oh man, well, that's a tough question. Uh, it's so hard to say because there's so many talented people. Someone, for me, I would have to go down to people who are musicians specifically. Um, it's just amazing piano player. His name is Mike Harrison, and he is just super talented. He's probably one of my favorite piano players like are in the area because he just sings so well. And he's one of those people where like when you hear him, he's one with his instrument. You know, it's kind of hard to describe. You just kind of have to be there in the vibe. But yeah, he's probably one of my favorite people that to just see play or hear play around here.
Yeah, he's one with the piano.
Basically, like it's like he's connected to it. It's kind of amazing.
Is 8 Mile? Is it changed? Is it still? I mean, the same? What?
What do you mean?
I mean, is it still rough? And I mean, like you watch 8 Mile, the movie, and people, rapping, shooting each other. What's going on?
That's so funny. No. I mean, of course, Hollywood is
Oh
Hollywood.
yeah,
It's not anywhere you want to go for a jog by yourself at night. But it's definitely somewhere you can drive your car and keep going.
roll the windows up. Roll the windows up,
Yeah.
kids. We're going through 8 Mile, so
Uh-huh.
watch
It's not
out.
it's not as bad as the movies say it is, but you definitely want to have some good awareness of your surroundings.
Yeah. Place You Lie. The video is awesome. This Wombat Fire Productions. Who's this?
Oh, Wombats is really cool cinematographer, videographer guy that Chris found. I think I've seen him on social media from time to time doing other bands that I know. So yeah, he's really cool. We came in, we recorded that in Detroit in this little studio that he rented out. It's a totally white room. It looks like somewhere where you could have a lot of fun skateboarding. It's just like this white oval. And we just stepped in it and we went. We actually recorded all those takes separately. No one was ever playing like together all at once. Like I did mine,
Oh,
whatever.
wow.
Ran the song like a few times from different angles and switched. And then we just kept going. And then he edited like that. And it was crazy. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it's a great, great video, and some of the effects that he does, and it's
Super
just a
talented.
really, really good job. Wombat Fire Productions. Go check it out. Place You Lie. Black Note Graffiti. If you go to their website, blacknotegraffiti.com, go to YouTube and look it up. You can watch the video. It's out now. So, I mean, I imagine this is one of many singles. A new album's coming out. What's happening?
I believe we're releasing one more single, maybe a few, but I know for sure one. And this next song is one that I wrote, Deftones inspired, because I love Deftones. So I hope people like it.
Is it going to be heavy? Is this whole album a little heavier?
I would say, well, some of the songs are similar to Place You Lie. I would say this next single isn't as heavy as Place You Lie, but it does definitely have like a Deftone type vibe.
Nice. And then also Havoc Fest 2024, August 23rd and 24th in Jackson, Michigan. And you say you're playing what, Friday the kickoff show?
Yep, the 23rd.
Nice. So what do your parents think now?
They think what they've always thought. Oh, you mean like from the beginning of joining? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
for joining Black
They've
Note Graffiti.
totally, it's not even the genre because I've always been exposed to like all music since I was a kid. My parents love Black Note. They got all of our merch. They got all of our CDs. They even got when we during COVID we gave out masks. They got all of our masks. They sometimes I go over their house and I'll just see at least one of them wearing a Black Note shirt or an Annex shirt. So my parents are like my biggest cheerleaders. And
Wow.
they rock out our music at their jobs. Like so yeah, my parents are awesome.
Yeah, and you had a single not too long ago with Annex Void, right?
Yeah, man, we released three singles and our last one was released in March and our full EP was released out in April. So yeah, right now we've just been recording our second record or demoing it, I mean, and figure out what we're gonna do for recording.
I say go
So
check out Annex Void too and hear more. Gabby,
yeah.
she's screaming a little more
Yep,
on
I'm
that
a
one.
little more cathartic.
Yeah. But Place You Lie, Black Note Graffiti. Here it is, the brand new single. Go and check them out, blacknotegraffiti.com. Gabby, thanks so much for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jeff, for having me.
So Takeover, cbjradio.com.